Okay. I'll bring up. I'll start recording Squadcast, and I'll do our introduction real quick, and then we can get into where we are and shout outs and stuff like that.
I'm going live.
So, welcome back to the Midnight Misfits Gaming and Informational Channel. Today, we will be discussing the painful topic of cheaters. I am your host, Arctic Jag, and my co host, Brutal Mastodon. I hope you enjoy this episode 2 of the Midnight Misfits. Here you'll find anything from gaming to gaming advice to drinking adventures, and more often than not, misadventures. Sit back and enjoy the Midnight Misfits, Episode 2 Cheaters. All right, we're live. I guess I could be a nice person and pull your stream up. Where you at? There you are.
It kind of sucks that they won't.
Yeah, we gotta fix that.
I don't know how to get. That's the thing is, I don't know how to get that to work.
I think you just need a better laptop.
Don't.
Then like your wife will never see you.
I wouldn't have one.
At least you're not buying AR parts all the time.
Yeah, that's basically Alright, so open over OBS to.
Yep. Welcome everybody to the Midnight Misfits podcast number 2. We're going to discuss cheating. Myself, Arctic Jag, and Brutal Mastodon are your hosts or misadventure guides or whatever you want to call us today.
Whoa, what's going on with mouse?
Wow. I saw those pictures of you. I was like, oh God, I hope you can make it up this morning.
I was up like 7:30. I was right in the rain.
Anyway, so Brutal, where can people find you?
So, for me, people can find me. I'm on Discord. Shout out my shout out and my Nat's Discord. Send us there. My social links at the bottom of my page. Facebook and Mastodon, and both YouTube and Twitch at brutal_Mastodon. I also have to give one more shout out. No, John, but I also have to give one more shout out. Pronouncing that's Twitch name correctly. So go ahead. Where can you be found?
I can be found on Twitch at ArcticJag242, and I can also be found on YouTube at Midnight Misfits Gaming. And might as well give a shout out to the entire Midnight Misfits. I mean, they're really kind of the ones that, yeah, they are. Yeah, you got Gilly Assassin 8 on YouTube. You got Lyric on YouTube. You've got Crow, which I don't know what Crow's up to here lately. He was on Twitch. So, yeah, the Midnight Misfits are growing, which is good to see.
All right. So I need to shout out. On Twitch. list. He does commissions on Twitch. Usually with Final Fantasy 14 characters. Good guy, really really good artwork. So you guys go check out his page, and get some work done. So, let's go on that. All right, Arctic. So, last week we talked about Destiny 2.
We did. And before we get into this week's topic, did you see Bungie's article this week about not expanding the Cosmodrome?
I did not actually.
Yep. Remember back in June they were talking about they were going to bring back the full Cosmodrome and all that. And
Yeah, we talked about potential to rewire sides, all that.
yep, they've decided not to do that. They said that they'd rather spend their resources on new content than trying to revamp all of the Cosmodrome and bring it back.
So that whole you guys thought this was fun. Screw that.
Yeah, they basically I think it was Luke. It might not have been Luke, but it was in the TWAB Thursday. But they were like, "That's our bad. We should have communicated better that that wasn't going to happen."
Bungie not communicating. Now the news water is wet.
Right. I got some beachfront property in Fairbanks if you want it.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, today's topic. I just wanted to throw that out there because I read that this week and I was like, "You bastards." Anyway.
That actually cool.
But anyway, this week we're talking about cheaters and how it affects the game. So, the big news I saw this week was that Epic was, I guess they're finalizing a court case that they started in 2017, I believe it was, for a 14-year-old that was cheating in Fortnite. And
Now, describe the cheating. What exactly do you mean?
well, the article didn't specify exactly what the kid was doing to cheating, but apparently the kid had a YouTube channel and he was bragging about the cheating. It was either mods or bots that he was using, and Epic decided to go after the 14-year-old and not whoever was supplying the mods or bots, which Epic is taking a little bit of heat for, because they're like, why go after a 14-year-old when you should have gone after the creators of the cheat? You know, I see it both ways. I mean, yes, you should go after the people who create it, but if they're using it, you know, if the person's using it, then I think they should go after them too, because, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't make the game fun.
No, you're absolutely right. So, real quick, on your Twitch stream, Art, your gift subscription banner on your, is basically covering your entire face.
Hold on.
People can see you know,
What
your
else?
smoke and your coffee mug.
Yeah, you know.
It's his gifts. It's essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. You really
It'll eventually go away.
you disable the.
But anyway, so
So yeah, it brings up kind of a good point. You know, why I understand the need to stop the current um, sort of manifestation of cheating, in games, and all this kids are guilty of is downloading the software or apply that affects the gameplay. And who's the more guilty party, him or the ones that made it? Who's the more guilty party?
well, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the problem that these gaming companies have got now. Bungie and I forget who makes Valorant. Whatever it was, last month Bungie started it in December when they sent a company that makes cheats cease and desist letter, and of course the company's like, okay, 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 we'll stop, we'll stop, we'll stop. And then apparently they didn't, and Bungie and the creators of Valorant took them to court, and they're going after like millions of dollars because they're saying that it's affecting the game, and therefore they're losing revenue on the game because people are not playing it as much.
Well, I mean, how many times have we played a match of, Crucible or whatever, a match, it just couldn't do anything because, X player Z was bugged so bad, or, the guys using, uh, I guess it's kind of a gray area too, because when we say cheating, network manipulation um, is also a definition of cheating. You're purposely altering something, be it um, your network input to slow other people down or slow you down, so you don't take damage, and then kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a gray area, I think. But
Well, yeah, I mean, look at what was it, Crota or Atheon, where people were unplugging the internet to cheese the game.
I believe it was Atheon that they were doing that. Yeah, you unplug it, so your lag and your stuff will bounce kind of all over the place, and then you plug back in and push them off the map or whatever. But it brings up a good point. The we talk about cheating and how it affects the games, but it doesn't always this way. Cheating wasn't always game breaking and not fun. It evolved from the original idea of cheat codes, if you will. It evolved from devs putting in that to play test certain aspects of the game, right? Test the systems to see what it does. So we've come from the something as simple as was it one of the Mario Brother games that you could do a little turtle thing on the stairs and get 99 lives.
Yeah.
Now people getting outside of a map of a trials match, and you can't damage them. You can't even know they're there. So it's come a long way in 4 years.
Oh, it has. It has. It's well, but I mean, go back to what was it? Some of the old Konami games where you could do like infinite ammo or infinite lives or whatever. And back then it was just I don't want to say just to beat the game, but I mean you weren't playing multiplayer games back then. So yeah, it was to beat the game because people will get frustrated. I can't beat this damn game, you know.
Yeah, the Konami code was it up, up, down, down, left, right, start, or select start. So
Something like that.
but I remember Contra. Contra was one of the first ones that I remember doing something like that. You could get lives. You had Mortal Kombat 2. I think it was 2. I know 2 and 3 for sure. You could do the Konami code and get into the menu, and then you could do like one other code. You got it. There was subsequently like 3 secret menus you could get into and unlock all kinds of characters and cool stuff. But it didn't change the game. You could do like one button but um, it didn't change the game in such a way that it affected competition, because you're not supposed to cheat. It was competition based, and that.
Well, yeah. I mean, so you've got the starting of cheating back ever since video games have been around. And then we get into competition gaming, esports, things like that, where it's so highly like I saw an article a couple months back that there was a team in it might have been Call of Duty or one of the esports tournaments that one of the players looked up at the big screen that that the crowd was watching, and they uh, disqualified the whole team because the guy took a glance up, and they said that he was cheating because he would have known where everybody was at. And then you've got like kind of
Pretty much it.
yeah. Well, that gets in the Ninja's thing this week. Like Ninja was saying that he's done playing Fortnite because um, stream sniping has gotten so bad that he can't even play. But there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, if you're streaming a game, you know, there's nothing against people going out to your stream and be like, "Oh, we're gonna get this guy."
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. That's the thing about it. That's kind of the point of video games. Is it? Does it suck? Yeah. Is it? Does it suck? Yeah. Is it morally wrong? Yeah, probably. I mean, it kind of makes you Jewish. But is it morally wrong? Yeah, probably. No, not really. I mean, developers and those guys, they don't like it, until they put in some kind of uh, software provision that kind of stops it. Really.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, so Call of Duty has got a relatively robust cheating, anti-cheating software because they ban like batches of people all the time.
Right.
I wish Bungie would do that. I think that would help the game immensely. Um, but I don't think Bungie wants to put the time and effort in developing a robust system.
No. No, and bot detection software like that. They sometimes what happens. Sometimes it's you know sometimes as bad as you hopping into a gambling match and getting instantly sniped through the spawn area.
Yeah. Well, spawn camping's been around forever, though. I mean,
I don't know who that stupid warlock was, but I hear you.
um, but I mean, especially when you get into games now, and it seems to be the trend with crossplay. Um, computer players are always going to have an advantage. Um, just inherently always going to have an advantage. But it seems like it's the computer players that are doing most of the cheating.
Yeah, and that's because it's harder for us console players to really download these things. Because that's what you have to do is just download it. Excuse me. And you have to download it and get the software to run, alongside of your game. Consoles don't really support that.
No, but there's starting to be some console cheats that are coming out.
Yeah, and I've always been the kind that I don't like the like game breaking cheats. Now some of them are fun. I remember Doom had some really fun cheats. No,
Oh well, you could mod Doom, man. If you knew how to program, you could mod it. That was the best.
I know how to program the quad.
Like I'd changed the sound files in Doom. Like I'd had quotes from Resident Evil in it, and not Resident Evil. It was um, shit. Army of Darkness. This is my boomstick. Yeah,
Yeah, but those things are fun.
yeah.
Those things are fun. Fun. Do you remember? So really, before Halo, Halo Combat Evolved had some pretty cool stuff. It wasn't necessarily a cheat. It was you had to work the skulls. You had to go and you had to actually find these damn things in the game. Some of them was just impossible to find without looking like how the dudes found it in the first place. I don't know. But once you found it, you were able to turn certain stuff on. And what I kind of noticed with games in general like that, we have the achievement trophies and stuff like that on like this and that. But I don't know if PC has that, but I noticed a lot of the times that if you go into certain games, it'll come with stuff like that. It says, "Oh, you can turn this on, but you will disable trophies, like Skyrim. Skyrim has a bunch of mods you can turn on, but it disables the ability to do trophies. So it kind of presents a bit of a conundrum or catch-22 of, sure, you can do this, but we're going to take this away from you. So it's almost like an anti-Ubisoft.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know there's some games out there that you that have these stuff like that.
Well, and that's what I think Bungie's using because that's what they were going after. Were whatever company it was that was making this. I think it was aimbot stuff that they were hounding them. But that's the thing with. And I know we talked a bunch about Destiny last week or last podcast, but and it's the same with Warzone. But I mean, people like those aimbots are like horrible. Like they're everywhere.
They are. And you watch videos like that. Like I'll see aimbot videos. These dudes are looking at it, and I can't even, like, that's pretty good vision. But when I can't even see the dude on the screen, these guys aiming down sights and headshots a guy from, like, hundreds and hundreds of meters away, and you're like, dude, I didn't see that guy on the screen. How the hell was it?
Yep.
It's like, come on, bro. You watch a kill cam, and, you see this dude just immediately, he has to shoot you. Like, okay. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, or glitching off the map so you can't get them. That's a big thing right now with Destiny, and I think they've patched that finally. But
they patched it some, but the problem with that is dudes become so the people become so not normalized, but used to, like, they become comfortable with doing it that way. To go back and do and play without these cheats or these aimbots, they can't do it.
oh well, like that hurts my feelings.
I know. I'm not at all, mad about that. But it's just like,
Well, I mean that's the thing though. I mean I would love to see him find a way to completely ban all cheating. And if you cheat and you end up having to go back and play the game without cheats and you suck, more power to us because some of us have been playing without cheats and have built up that skill.
yeah, I said last week, I'll recognize when I get outskilled all day. That's fine. I understand. If I get outgunned by, left meta or something like that, I'm not, okay, get me mad at that. When I pop through a zone and jammed it and going, this dude sitting there automatically aiming at me already, headshots came as soon as I come in, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What?
Yeah. Just,
Well, but see, it gets into like some of that is not always cheating. Some of that is an internet connection, and I haven't figured out how to fix that because like I've got decent internet up here. Like I'm spending a ton of money for top of the line GCI internet up here, and so I shouldn't have a lag spawning into something or shooting something. But when you go back and look at the kill cams, it's like, well, I know I got rounds off. How did I not hit him? But like you'll look at it and like
Yeah.
he's got 10 rounds on you before you even squeeze the trigger. I'm like, what the heck?
Or is you see on your end, your hit registry gets, 4, 5, 6 shots, and like you didn't go down, but then you see their kill cam and you missed 8 out of 10 shots or something. You're like,
Yeah, and he one taps you.
yeah, yes, well.
Yep.
So it's stuff like that. We have comment from Discord. Yeah, so going back to what we were talking about with glitches and stuff like that, Easter eggs. It used to be fun. Now it's game breaking. Now, okay,
It is, sadly.
very sad. I, I can remember playing CompuTech for the for cheat sport, which was expected to be fun. Uh, and it was, I don't know, you always get like a bigger kick out of it. Typically, I'll play through a game. Like when I play through a game, and then I go back into it and do like a plus.
Hmm.
Okay, once I beat it, then I'm like, all right, what's the shit?
Well, yeah, but that's also not a multiplayer game though. And I think that's where the line needs to be drawn is it's one thing to have cheat codes for a non multiplayer game versus cheating in a multiplayer game.
Yeah, I mean, competition games. They monitor, and you've got people watching you very closely. To do that, I remember was playing in a Halo tournament years ago at one of the local malls, and they were in the finals. And the team that they were up against was their pros, but they used a glitch to beat them, and they tried to call them on it, and the tournament guys were like, it's not cheat, it's a glitch, so it was acceptable. They plugged a vehicle underneath they played capture flag, they plugged the vehicle underneath the flag and spawn, and then used a glitch to jump up a little bit and get the flag to activate and pull the flag to the floor.
Right.
So it's like shit like that shouldn't be allowed,
True.
but it is.
It is. And I guess we could throw glitches into the same category as cheating. I mean, especially if you take advantage of the glitch and you know it's there.
Yeah, like some glitching is kind of. We played a couple of Destiny games, what I consider there's a big difference between cheating versus cheating. We've cheesed a couple of things.
We've cheesed a couple of things,
It was like, all right, this made it a lot easier. It's not.
but it wasn't in multiplayer though.
No. Not at all.
Well, but see, and slightly off topic, but sort of along the same lines, it's like all these, you know, data miners that are going out there looking for all this information on up and coming stuff. Like, I get people want to know what's going on with the game and stuff, but you know, I find that kind of harmful to the game because I don't need to know all the juicy bits. Like, let me go find it myself. I know, and some of that could be me stop watching social media to see what the data miners are doing, but still, I mean, if you can't even keep data miners from getting into your system to find out what's going on with the game, how are you going to keep people from cheating?
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know if any other games are as bad as Destiny is about data miners finding stuff out, but it seems like Destiny's horrible about not having enough security that the data miners are finding out everything.
understanding point that it's like, why run that for why find stuff? I'm like, hey, Myers, I found this. And it's like,
Like
well,
there's a new cutscene out for Zavala for this season that will happen sometime in the season. I don't know when, but there's a cutscene out where a Cabal tries to assassinate him.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it was something a data miner found, and I'm like, what? Okay, cool, but why?
Yeah, like wait for the rest of the season. It's kind of one of those things too. It's like people are just impatient. They can't.
But see, and I know this is off topic, but it's the thought that's in my head right now. If people are impatient, then that should tell you there's something wrong with the game. Like, Bungie needs to seriously do away with the seasonal content and go back to every 3 months you drop a DLC, a big DLC.
Yeah,
They're not gonna do it, but I mean, go back to D1. Like, I was in D1 last week, and like, if you look at the D1 map or look at the D1 map, you'll see like all the stuff is still there. All the little different adventures were marked on the map that you had to go do. Like, let's go back to that. I know this isn't about cheaters, but slight rant.
yeah. Sorry. Uh, yeah. I was in. I kind of went back and forth with D1 a little bit. Didn't learn a couple things too, but yeah, I agree. It's just frustrating too because you play a game that you love so much, but
Well,
mm,
like this week, Mayhem's out in D2, and I will probably play Mayhem either today or tomorrow, just to get my weekly challenge out of the way. But I really don't want to, because I know that Crucible in general is just horribly broken, not only with stasis but with cheaters.
yeah, and that's as they start opening up like the communities that they can do or was the crossplay crossplay aspect with PC and console. They started opening it up some more now. I mentioned yourself that PC has such an advantage because unless your player is super high sensitivity to your controller, keyboard input generally is slower than most keyboard and mouse input. So you're gonna have guys that are much more precisely clicking with the mouse with the console. But
Well, and Bungie's tried to fix that with this season. When the season dropped, they were supposed to do a bunch of tweaks to um, recoil on weapons for computers, but the problem with that is okay, you jack with the recoil so it's more in line with what a controller's recoil is on a weapon. But as you just pointed out, that doesn't fix how fast somebody can turn with a mouse versus how fast somebody can turn with a controller.
right,
So I mean, the advantage is still there. Like, I played last night for 2 or 3 hours on my computer, played my Titan on my computer, and I was way more efficient with my computer than I am with my PlayStation.
oh yeah, it's just gonna be it's not. There's nothing that um, nothing can be done about that. I mean, it's not
No.
you know you look at just I don't know. I don't know how many. I mean, I guess I just don't see the point. I don't see the point of cheating. Um,
It's
like
laziness.
if they put the codes into like it's something that you can find right away to get or mods, okay. But when it you really? I guess my question to the people that use stuff like that is, do you sleep good at night knowing you just screwed up the things that everybody else? Are you happy with yourself that you wrecked a bunch of old drunk dudes? You know, I
I,
feel good. I went 6-0 against this guy. We're just like, we gotta take another shot.
yeah, but that didn't work in Warzone because we got our chicken dinners. But I mean, yeah, I mean, but honestly, people who are using the cheat codes or aimbots or lag switching or whatever, they don't care.
No, and it's more you and I being activists. We have more of a moral integrity. We have more of a moral high ground. Take that. I see people manipulate that part. This is me off so much that my pettiness kicks in and gets the better of me. Like there was playing with me and um, in the market board and getting player control on them. And there's dudes that are selling something at a certain price, a certain minimum bot, a bottom that people aren't going to go on there because it was expensive item. Some knucklehead, comes on there and cuts it under just hundreds of thousands. Screw you. I went on, I bought his stuff, got it recently. That made profit. And more than he did. So it's one of those things that just people just don't care. Getting into how to deal with the shittiness of people. Where's some fun cheats?
Ooh, ooh, fun cheats. How far back do I get to go?
Go back forever. We talked negative about stuff. Where's some fun cheats?
Oh, I'd have to probably say the unlimited ammo in Doom.
Yeah.
That made Doom so much fun. After you beat it once and then you do the cheat code to get unlimited ammo and you just basically just it's nothing but a kill fest. I mean, you just walking through just mowing stuff down.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
The other one was unlimited health in Gauntlet on the original NES. Because nothing sucks more than fighting that stupid ass dragon at the end, and you're just like, Red Warrior needs food badly.
Red Wizard is an awesome name. It's an awesome name.
Red Warrior is about to die. Damn it. And then you're playing with people like you're four partying it, and like people are like stealing all your food. And you're like, I needed that. I'm about to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
For me, it was Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 3. Getting into the secret menus and unlocking all the characters, and that was, I think, one of the only ways to unlock Ermac Rain and Noob Salat was that, and turn on like one button fatalities. So it was fun because you got to go through and see all the fatalities from everybody, see all this stuff. Like, I don't remember how old I was when I first came out, but 6, 7, so I don't know, 12, or maybe a little bit more.
Damn, you're young.
Shut up. Actually, I'm 1 year older.
Dude, I graduated high school in 95, so.
Well, I was 10 in 95. A little fast. Yeah,
I'm still not the I'm not the youngest in the group, and I'm not the oldest anymore. So
come on.
I think Lyric claims the youngest in the group.
Is it her or me?
No, no, I think she still holds the title. because I think Ralphie and Gilly are about the same age, and I know Gilly's older than she is.
Yeah, that's what I heard. About these things. But man,
Yeah, yeah. Your Twitch doesn't like you, dude.
really,
I did fix my thing that you were complaining about.
I saw that. Yeah, so, oh well. Stupid thing.
Double Dragons was another good one for unlimited lives after you beat it.
Mm. Yeah, I just wouldn't call it cheating. It was with Mega Man X. You had get like the different armor. It's like, oh Mario, the whistle on Mario, and then if Mario lost levels, I think it was, and you do a certain part of, it was on like level 1, 4, or whatever it was. You do like a certain thing, you jump a certain way, you get up above the level and run all the way over to the right, and then
Oh,
you jump as far as you can. And one of the tunnels is in there.
yep. You could do that in 1 2 when you go down the.
That's
Yeah, you go. You could either ride the elevator all the way up and jump over and run across the top, or there was a place early on in 1 2 that you could work your way up the bricks and then across. Yep, that because you could go to world what 2 4 6 4 or 8 something.
yeah, you can do a bunch of them. Those I'm talking about.
But I still haven't ever beaten Mario. I get so frustrated at that game.
Somebody said you can barely hear me on your stream. Hmm.
On your stream or my stream?
On yours, it says you barely hear me on Twitch.
That's weird.
I don't know if it's because I'm sitting a little further away from my mic. I don't know. It's weird.
Is he sober too? I mean, I just thought I'd ask.
It's, yeah, but, yeah.
Well, I know you're coming through. You're coming through good on Squad Chat, so.
Um,
But anyway,
well, I don't we kind of talked about cheating and stuff. I ultimately, I don't really see the like, I don't see the point of using complaints. I think honestly, I think it's cowardly. There's no skill involved in it, and if you use them, you're a piece of shit. That's how I feel.
I concur. Well, I mean, I think the gaming industry, since it seems to be a lot of games are going to this combination of PVE, PvP type thing, that when they develop the game, they need to develop a robust anti cheat system to go with it instead of publishing the game and then realizing that they've got a problem with cheaters and now they have to go back and fix that problem or try to fix that problem, but then by then it's too late. The game's already ruined for people.
Yeah, and that causes a lot of people to leave the game. And it sucks. I mean, how many people have left Destiny? 100% because these game breaking type things like that.
Well, there's a push within Destiny. I've seen a couple of forums here lately where they've talked about it that they're really trying to push Bungie to get away from PvP because of the cheating problem.
I still think split the damn sandbox. It's bad.
You might be right. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that because I don't know how they could effectively split the sandbox without screwing up the weapons because you would have we'll say um, Royal Chase, your favorite scout rifle,
Oh yeah.
as one perk setting in PvP and another perk setting in PvE, and I don't know how you would program it so it would have two different um, settings in the different sandboxes.
I lost you in
I know
part.
Bungie's doing it in one sandbox because it makes the coding a hell of a lot easier.
All right, all right, guys. Looks like we're having argument of a slight technical difficulty. Still online, just not in the argument. Uh-oh. Oh, there's that. That was crazy. Looked out. Back.
Yeah,
What happened?
PlayStation shut off. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh shit. Well, dang. Okay.
Well, when you don't tell the controller to wake up periodically, it will do that.
That's okay too. Ah, so, I completely missed everything you were saying after you figured things shut off.
What did you hear?
Um, Basically, as soon as you started talking, it shut out.
All right. So my short version is basically the whole splitting of the sandbox. I don't know how they could do it without screwing up um, the weapons. So like your favorite weapon, Royal Chase, which is your go to whenever we do anything. I think anymore. Uh,
Um, yeah, that's the scout
the
rifle.
scout rifle. Um, you'd have one set of, I won't call them perks, but one setting for PVE and one setting for PvP. And I think that just becomes a coding nightmare. And I know Bungie does it all in one sandbox to make the coding simplified.
Yeah. Yes, that's kind of. I guess on paper it works, but back in practice, kind of it's a lot of extra things that you need to learn.
Well, but I mean, there's some truth to it. I mean, if they could split the sandbox, there may be some truth behind what you're saying that they may be able to curb some of the cheating. But I don't know. I don't know how effectively you could do it. But B, the bigger problem is, and I think you're going to start seeing this. I think with once again, kind of off topic, but anyway, I think what we're going to see, since Bungie just said this week that they weren't going to expand the Cosmodrome, I think you're going to start seeing Bungie not do a whole lot more with Destiny. I think their primary focus is on their new IP that they've got coming out.
Yeah, which ultimately means one of a couple things. Um, as much as I hate to say it, I think it's games like one more thing.
Well, they've got 2 more years left because they've got to do Witch Queen and then they've got to do Lightfall. Um, but I don't know after Lightfall what their plans are, and depending on,
Even the chosen either. That's about it. Um,
well,
I'm
I think Bungie, when they left Activision, I think that was the big thing that they were happy about because they weren't real keen on making a Destiny 1, Destiny 2, Destiny 3, Destiny 4, Destiny 5, whatever.
it was just Destiny continuously.
Right. So I I I think what they need to do, in my opinion, as a avid gamer since beta of this game, is basically completely scrap 2, go back to 1, and just add content to 1.
So yeah, that actually brings up a good point. So when No Man's Sky didn't really do it, but when that game launched, it was terrible. No, I shouldn't say terrible. But it was just different. When Final Fantasy 14 launched, their 1.0 in 2013 or 12 or something like that, um, the game was crap. It was just trash, and nobody liked it. It was a very low level cap graphics and shit. They took that player feedback, and they're like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Uh, World-ending cataclysm event. They literally wrote the end of 1.0 into the game as everybody dies. Like that's it. Within what they did is they basically took a tactical pause and rewrote everything. Um, all of the 1.0 characters were gone. They wiped those sources. So when 2.0 came out, it was a new game. Literally, it was a new game. I think that's what most games. I think they need to have some kind of a world-ending cataclysm event and then restart it fresh.
I'd be down with that. I mean, it's just, but see, the problem is you've got too many people high up in Bungie that I don't, I don't think they're going to do that though. Like Luke Smith. Well, the it seems to me that like Luke Smith and whoever else is up there with him doesn't care about player feedback because I pay attention to the Reddit posts and some of the forums, and people are giving them awesome feedback about, hey, this is broken, you need to fix this, this is how you should fix this, and DMG's like, oh yeah, we're listening to your feedback, blah blah blah, but they ain't doing nothing about it, and that even goes with cheating. I mean, the people are letting them know, hey, this is a problem, this is how you can fix it, and all the community managers are like, we'll give it to the devs, we hear you, but nothing's happening.
Yep, 100%.
It's almost like Bungie's just telling the community just to go pound sand.
Effectively, yes. Um, I know we got way off topic of that cheating thing, but
Well, I looped it back around though.
oopsie, way back. Um, yeah, no, it 100%. If they're not willing to listen to player feedback about, and they kind of do sometimes, but what I've noticed is uh, they listen. Hey, I'm on video. Stop. Get out. Get out. Out completely. Riley, I'm not joking. Go.
As there's a tactical pause in this.
Oh, sorry, I had a kid yelling animal. So, what was it? Oh, so they listen to. It seems that like everyday players like you and I don't give a shit about. We can basically look blue in the face about like with video evidence. Look at these people cheating. Look at we have video evidence of this. Look at this guy. I've shot this dude in the game 6 times. Did a whole magazine of this into this guy, and it didn't take shield down. Turn around, two taps me, with a pulse rifle, and wipes me out. And they're like, hey, video evidence of this guy. Network manipulation.
Right.
We found him.
Yeah.
But now you put one of these big time streamers in there, and they do the same thing, and Bungie's like, oh my god, okay, here's the flaming circle, crack the whip and jump through it.
Well, normally
Really.
up until probably last year, I think it probably actually changed about the time you were traveling the world. Um, I would tell you you're right, but I think there's been a shift in the big streamers, Dado, Glad, Professor Broman, all them, MTash. Hell, MTash said he wasn't even playing this season. Um, but I think what you're starting to see is their gripes and their complaints. Bungie's just saying pound sand too. Like they're not even listening to them anymore, and they were the ones that, especially early on in D2, were like, oh, we've got all those great ideas for Bungie, and Bungie's like, oh hell yeah, give us the ideas, and they would listen to the big streamers. And now it's to the point I don't think Bungie's listening to anybody.
And it brings up questions who influences the influencers. I see the writing on the wall, man, and I don't know. The fact what's going to really make or break this for me. When Rise of Iron came out, it was what, $30, $40. I think for
Something like that.
15 like 40 50 or something like that. If I have to pay over $60 for games expansion, and sorry, but Witch Queen and the other one, Nightfall, the cost of it.
Well, I said in our last podcast, like if Bungie doesn't fix some things, um, I probably won't make it to Witch Queen or Lightfall.
How have you felt about it? I know we got completely off topic. How have you felt about it?
There's some really cool things about this season, and there's some not so cool. I like the whole concept of battlegrounds. My concern is the entire season's gonna be battlegrounds.
Hmm?
I like the concept of battlegrounds because it's like little mini strikes, which is cool. I think that's kind of a cool concept. Instead of making big strikes, you've got little mini strikes to run. I like the concept that at the end of the battleground, you get to smash chests to get extra rewards. Kind of, kind of like that. I mean, I'm all about getting more rewards. Um, I like the fact that at least for the Devil's Lair strike, um, there's a ton of enemies to kill, and it makes you work for it. Like it's not just like D1 Devil's Lair where you just you could hide in a corner and basically wipe everything out, and you could solo the strike. You could probably solo.
Or not really glitch with sometimes.
Well, yeah, it really wasn't a cheese at that because it was, you know which corner I'm talking about. So,
Chill out, man. Slow down. Cool one sit with that. Put that streaker in there, and we found a way to win. I'm not gonna say what our current one basically.
yeah.
To fix it.
Well, what was the giant ogre thing in Taken King?
Over on.
Golgoroth. There was a place to hide in Golgoroth.
There was two of them actually. One was just side.
But I'm all about, like, if we're supposed to be this powerful guardian and we've killed gods and stuff like that, um, instead of creating like mechanics that are just a pain in the ass to try to make it hard, I'm with Dado in this. Like, put hell, put 1,000 enemies in a strike. Let me go like kill stuff. Am I mowing through stuff? Yes, but you're sending like a shit ton of people after me, and make me work that way. Don't put in crazy mechanics. So in that respect, I kind of like what they did with the new Devil's Lair. I mean, me and Gilly and Lyric ran it the other night, and I totaled it up. We killed something like 420 enemies. Um,
Yeah.
but my concern with Battlegrounds is that's all the season's gonna be, and as fun as it is right now, I have a sneaky suspicion it's gonna get boring.
Yeah, I've been kind of hesitant on some things. I've done the initial mission and that's it. I haven't. I'll be a lot of that is I've taken up school without going like that, but um, I just I'll be honest with you, I just haven't had a desire to play some games. I haven't. I don't know if I was just burnt out from last season or what, but I was just kind of scared to get into it.
Well, the other thing that I like what they've done is instead of you still got your daily bounties you can do, which is fine. Like I'm okay with doing some bounties. I'm not a big bounty person, um, but they did away with the weekly bounties and they went to weekly challenges.
Yeah, so
So I I kind of like that format a little bit better, only because now you've got like specific goals instead of like I got to pick up this weekly bounty and I got to go over to the Crucible and I got to go kill 200 bad guy or 200 guardians or whatever the bounty would be. The weekly challenge is there's 10 of them, and you can like one of them was you got to go into Gambit and you have to do some stuff. Another one is you you had to collect so much Cabal gold, from doing different things. Um, but at the end of the week two, week two starts on Tuesday, but your 10 challenges from the week before are still available. So you can actually go through the entire season and still have stuff that you can do like, oh man, I need to go to Gambit, let's get the team together and spend all night running Gambit, and you could like clear out challenges from like week one. So I mean, that's I kind of like that. I like having the option of having things to do, and if I don't feel like running Gambit that week, I'm not going to run Gambit, and I don't have to worry about losing out on the experience for that challenge because it's always going to be there for the season.
yeah,
Um, but uh, I have some concern about the weapons for the strikes, like Shadow Price and Palindrome, and the other one. It it's really RNG heavy, but Bungie's saying the more you run it, the better your chances are you're gonna get it.
yeah. I've seen that as well. The nightfalls, it's like it increases a certain percentage per run, and you don't get whatever drop points added to it. No, I'm sorry, it was the raid. The raid it got like
No, they did the same thing for the this season for the Nightfall strike.
okay. So it's a percentage based on the completion. So if
Right,
you complete, you don't get it. It increases a certain amount, 50% or whatever. So eventually, it's 100%.
right, right. But then you've
That
got to time it though because every week it's a different weapon.
I thought I thought that. Maybe looking at it, but it has a desire.
Well, I think if you get into it, you'll start to enjoy it some. I think, but like every season in Bungie, it's you got that honeymoon phase, and it's like, oh man, this stuff's great. And by the time you get to the start of month 3 in the season, you're like, dude, you guys got to give us something else. So, but that's been Bungie's mo though. I mean, even when they did DLC content instead of seasons, that was their mo there too. They put out this big DLC, and then before they put out the next one, you'd hit like 2 months of, God, do we have to really do the same thing over and over and over again? And I don't know how you fix that because you don't have the programmers or the ability to, like every month you're putting out new content to keep people going. Though I know that there are some games that are doing that.
Yes, but those games are paid services. So
They are. I mean, and I wouldn't necessarily like if Bungie could. like do what they said that they could do and live up to their word, I would probably be okay with a paid service for Destiny.
You're asking a lot.
I know I'm asking a lot, but
You
if it's gonna,
got better luck with Santa Claus coming home to you.
let me look. I do have snow outside.
Ooh.
But I mean, if they would dedicate an entire team to Destiny and not sidetrack him with this other IP, and they said, "Hey, this is our game plan. We are going to make Destiny the best game possible. We will have feedback from everybody, and so on and so forth. But we want to do this, make it a paid service or whatever, even if it's like $5 a month or whatever. You know, Destiny's got what, couple million people still playing?
Let me look at the. I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. Somewhere, a couple 100,000.
Yeah. So you figure $5 times a couple 100,000. I mean, that's a good chunk of change.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at. Oh shit! I mean, the amount of people that play, 14, and that's $15 a month. And then you times that by 100,000 people that play this game, and that's $1,500. But then they turn around and okay, I can see their player release as far as updates, constant updates, content, expansions. It's like I'm not.
Well, it's an idea, and the thing I have with that idea is there would have to be some serious ideology changes within Bungie to make it work. Like you would have to probably get rid of the upper echelon of the Destiny development team, Luke Smith, all them that have been guiding Destiny for a while. And you'd have to put in fresh faces who could look at things fresh and listen to what the community's saying.
Right. I mean, probably not. Most likely not.
Oh, they're not. They're not.
Which is not here over our hour.
We are. All right, so we'll end it. So today's discussion on cheating and various other topics because we kind of rambled on a couple of things, but
Squirrel month.
well, I mean we did all right. Um,
But to recap, cheaters suck.
to do.
Cheats become no longer fun. They just become the fun ones are now listed as mods. Mod is this, mod is that. It's like I don't see the point in it. I don't see the point in bots. To me, that just you have no skill, you have no integrity, and you should be banned for it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, the whole cheating thing needs to be addressed. I think the nature of the beast as it is right now, unless the gaming community, not just players but developers and as a whole, band together and start going after these companies that make these cheats. Um, I think it's a problem that's going to be around for a very long time. Um, but anyway, with that being said, so we'll end it. We'll go with where we're at again. That way, people know where to find us. Um,
Yep.
Brutal, lead off.
When, yeah, I'll you guys can see me right on my screen there. I'm on the Discord. I'm on the Facebook. Twitter. I am Mastodon, Twitch, and YouTube. It's Brutal Mastodon. Um, the Discord link up there is for Discord for people to do. Um, I do have one question though for you before we get off.
Yep, yep.
What are you playing?
Oh, it kind of varies right now. I've been playing a little bit of Destiny. Been playing a little bit of Call of Duty. Baseball. MLB's actually I got to get the new MLB that'll be coming out in April. That's primarily on my PlayStation. On my computer, I'm playing a little bit of Destiny. I've been playing Eve Online, and just for giggles because I like the Civil War, I've been playing Ultimate Generals on my computer. So that's kind of what I've been doing. So what have you been playing? Oh wait, you haven't been playing.
I just playing home. No, whenever I do, I get on, I'll when I do get a chance to play. I just re-downloaded Legend of Mana. Also esports stuff like kind of things. I will be on later tonight. Hopefully, or I can do the rest of the guys in the tournament. I'll just stream with them. It is either Warzone or Destiny 2. Let's see. And if I can somewhat manage to sober up a little bit for them, I might be, maybe we'll have another one on some whiskey tasting.
Ooh, it is the long weekend.
He's long. I'm off tomorrow, so
I'm off tomorrow too.
I guess my homework going and then game on.
All right. Well, you can find me on Twitch at ArcticJag242. You can also find me on YouTube at ArcticJag-Midnight Misfits Gaming. So, with that, I think we're going to call it the end of episode 2.
And two is as well. You can look up
Our Discord?
yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, we changed it. It's Midnight Misfits.
Okay, yep. So make sure and look us up on Discord. That's the Discord. At Midnight Misfits Gaming and
I think we should. Maybe we should even get creative and do a website. Yeah.
All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know we went a little off topic, but it's okay.
Right. All right. Well, we're going to call it a morning on that one. So I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you at the next episode.
And we'll see you a little bit later. We'll be on our not podcasty type. We'll be actually gaming later on.
Yep. All right. Later. Bye.
Yep.
And we're clear.
All right. Not bad.
Not bad.
Animals in my back now going crazy right now.
Yeah. Well, I had the wife wandering around.